In this video, we'll be looking at 9E, Box and Whiskers. And our central question today will be, how do I create a box and whiskers plot? So box and whiskers plot is it's just another way of looking at data, similar to say a bar graph or a circle graph or any kind of or a line graph. So just another way for us to put data in a place where we can look at it and kind of get some ideas just by looking at a picture. So the first thing we'll look at is a lower quartile, and the lower quartile is the median middle value of the, I want to do a different color, is the median or the middle value of the first half of data. And we usually call this Q1. The upper quartile is the median of the, I'll use a different color. Sorry about this. The upper quartile is the median of the second half of data, and we'll call this Q3. So the lower quartile is Q1 and the upper quartile is Q3. Q2 will be the actual median of the whole data. So we'll look at that in a second. The interquartile range is simply Q3 minus Q1 equals the interquartile range. So it's the range between the two quartile numbers. Like when we're finding the range of the whole data, we take the max minus the min. Now we're just taking the upper quartile minus the lower quartile, and that's the interquartile range. Okay, so let's see if we can find some of these. So we're going to find the lower, upper quartile, and the interquartile range. So first thing we need to do is we need to always list our data in numerical order. So we'll start with 4, then I have 6, comma 6, comma, so I did 4, 6, 6, then 8, comma 10, comma 14. So if I split my data in half, I have my lower half right here, and then my upper half right there. So we'll need to find the lower quartile. So my Q1 is equal to, what's the median of this list of data? What's the middle number of 4, 6, 6? Well, the middle number is a 6 right here, so we'll say our quartile 1 is 6. And then for our Q3, our upper quartile, we have 8, 10, 14. So I can say that 8, 10, and 14, so my middle number is 10, and we'll have that 10 right there. Now we'll find the interquartile range. So instead of having to write interquartile range, we're going to use this abbreviation, IQR. So we'll use that abbreviation from here on out. So we'll say that IQR is equal to lower or upper minus lower 10 minus 6, which would be equal to 4. So that's it. We list our numbers, find the medians. First half of data, median, lower quartile. The second half of the data is the upper quartile, the median number, and then we just subtract to find the interquartile range. Okay, so now let's look at this next one, number 2. Go ahead and see if you can do number 2 on your own. Remember, list the data in order first, and then find all 3 of these, quartile 1, quartile 3, and IQR. Then we'll compare results. So pause right here, and then we will compare results. So hopefully you took the chance to try this on your own. So we list the data in order, and what we probably saw is that 9 is sitting there right in the middle. So we ignore that when we're looking for our quartile 1 and quartile 3. So let's look at that. And we should have something that looks like this. We ignore that 9, so the middle data point is 8 on my first half, and the middle data point is 13 on my second half. Then I subtract to find the third. Okay, so that brings us to this box and whiskers idea. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you we'll kind of cross these ideas out for now. Because for box and whiskers, I'm going to give you a step-by-step process to build a box and whiskers. So step 1, order data values numerically. Step 2 is find the median of the whole data set. And this is our quartile 2 number. That's the one that we're missing. So the median of the entire data set, if I look at all the numbers, so when we're looking at this example, all these numbers right here along the bottom, all those numbers, the median of this whole list is our quartile 2 number. Step 3 is when we start doing what we were doing from before, find the lower quartile, find the upper quartile. So step 3 would be find the lower quartile. That was our Q1. And then step 4 is find upper quartile. That was Q3. Step 5 is on number line, mark minimum Q1, Q2, Q3, and maximum. And then step 6 would be that create box and whiskers. Okay, so let's do that with what we are given right here. We have our steps. So step 1 is order the data values numerically, and it looks like this list is already given to us in numerical order, so that works great. Step 2, find the median of the whole data set. So we got to find the median of this entire data set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's 15, so my 8th data point will be my median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my median. So there's my quartile 2 number right there. Now I have my lower quartile right here. I have my upper quartile right here. And now we find the median of each of these data sets. So I have 7 numbers, so 71's right there in the middle for my lower quartile, and then 75 is in the middle for my upper quartile. Now we just plot all these points, and we're good to go. So my minimum point is going to be my 68. My Q1, I should have labeled that. Here's my Q1, and then here's my Q3. So let me label on our box and whiskers where everything goes. So minimums here, Q1 here, Q2 there, Q3 here, and then max there. And now we're just labeling our points, and we're done. So I put my minimum, 68. Now my quartile 1 number is 71, so I'll put that right there. I'll put my quartile 2 number, 74, goes right here in the middle. Quartile 3 number is 75, so that will go right there on my box. And then my maximum number is 76, which I put on my far edge. So then my last step would be create the box and whiskers, but on ours we're already given our box, but say I just had a number line, I would draw the boxes in. So this is me creating the box and whiskers. Here's me drawing my box, drawing my box. There's my dashes for my number line. And then the whiskers would be the lines coming out of the boxes. Those are the whiskers. So here's a box, and then we have whiskers coming out of the boxes. So that's how we can create box and whisker plots from data that's been given to us. And again, it's just another way of looking at data that kind of helps us visualize how the data is spread out, or how our data points just kind of interact with one another. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.